Pisces, I hope you're well. So this is going to be your reading for July 2024. Before I start, just to say if you want to get a personal reading, you can find out how to do that on my website, and the link is in the description box below. So, Pisces. Right, so what they're showing me is the Ace of Wands, which represents your point of attraction. At the top of the Ace of Wands is like a fist, looks like a boxing glove fist. And from there is emitting like signals, like you get a radio tower and that old picture of the radio tower with the airwaves transmitting from the radio tower. So we've got you reaching your point of attraction. Now as well, point of attraction goes in and out, so it's not a permanent state, and that's nothing to be worried about. It's just that's how it is, because we are not inert. We're constantly feeling and thinking, and therefore it's going to go in and out, up and down, different levels. So it's a bit like one of those things that you hit with a hammer at the fairground, and the thing moves upwards and hits the top of the stick, and a bell rings. So sometimes you will hit the top of your vibration and you really hit your point of attraction for however long that is. Could be a second, a week, a month, we don't know. It depends. And at that point you are transmitting through your vibration. This is twin flame process, right? In regard to twin flame process, you feminine who achieves this, well, feminine and masculine together, but I'm talking about the physical person who's operating from feminine, who's achieving this. You therefore send out a signal, like you are sending a signal, and you are attracting to you everything that you desire from that signal that's transmitting from your point of attraction. It's like clear airwaves, so it's a clear signal, and it's a really powerful position to be in. And they're saying that you this month are in this very powerful position. They're saying all is healed, and again, healing goes in and out. So we're not saying like, nothing's over ever, basically being alive. But this month is a very potent time for bringing yourself what you desire through how you are feeling this month, how you've transformed and become this month, and so that's what they're saying straight off. So let's get some cards out. Pisces, that one wants to come out as well. I'm just going to do that. Let's see what this one says. So we've got strength, masculine and feminine, coming out for you, which is the connection between the masculine and the feminine energetically, and how strong that is. So again, it's like your point of attraction is really strong this month for what you want. And that could be anything. That could be money, it could be clothes, it could be a holiday, it could be a new life, it could be a new hairstyle, it could be a new nose, it could be your twin flame, right? So point of attraction really, really strong in the strength card for you this month. This card, just so you know as well, also represents the healing that occurs between the masculine and the feminine, which is what twin flame process is about. Okay, and then we've got the Fool, brand new journey. So of course, when you hit your point of attraction, everything changes and shifts, and new opportunities open up, new possibilities open up. It all becomes very fruitful. So you're going to have a lot of opportunities come to you. Excuse me while I just got to open my window. Getting a little hot. It's the hottest room of the house. Right. Okay, so the Fool, brand new journey, lots of possibilities open up, lots of opportunities for fun. So when we're talking about opportunities, we don't just mean like the bog standard every day, you might get a new job or things like that. This is like opportunities for fun and enjoyment, more opportunities to be in a state of oneness, which is in a state of love for everything and acceptance for everything, which is just then going to bring more opportunities on opportunities on opportunities on opportunities and opportunities. They say you will be thriving this month if you just love whatever it is that's coming along and be in a state of love and acceptance, and which also means being in a state of let go. So you have to have the mindset of it is what it is, everything is as it's meant to be, and you be happy with all of that. Because if you accept everything the way it is, what comes from that acceptance, the next thing that comes along, it's like you're working through slowly to bring yourself exactly what you want. So it just becomes, it's like a wheel that turns, like the big wheel at the fun fair, and every seat is a little bit more of what you want, and a little bit more of what you want, and a little bit more of what you want, and it accumulates and it accumulates and accumulates. So the more you feel happy with what you've got, the more you bring yourself what you're going to be happy with. So you have to stick with the momentum, and the acceptance and the love, and then it will carry on accumulating. It's like good feelings into the bank bring good things into your life. Queen of Pentacles, you physically, so it's very much about your physical self and how you are operating in terms of your own life and what you're seeing around you in the physical world, and just being an acceptance of all of it. I feel like you're going to be kind of like, whatever it is that comes towards you, you're going to be like, oh well, that just is how it is, in terms of like what people are like, what they're doing, how they're living. There's going to be some kind of let go of judgment. I mean, whatever state of non-judgment you're in, because I'm not saying you're judgmental, but whatever level you are at in terms of being non-judgmental, it's going to kick in even more. And it's almost like I see you smiling at people despite their foibles, and just being really accepting of people around you and stepping back. You see how serene she is and how she's just got a smile on her face like the Mona Lisa. It's like nothing touches her in terms of, or makes her like go into resistance and tighten up in terms of like what other people offer up as themselves. She's not irritated. She doesn't get impatient. She doesn't really, it's not that she doesn't care in a cruel way. It's just that she doesn't nothing affects how she feels, because she's accepting of everything, so she can see the bigger picture. So it's like you're going to be able to see the bigger picture this month in terms of like accepting of humanity. So this is a very human card, right? So your acceptance of humanity is going to open up, and you're going to feel more love towards the human race, which is also healed, right? Because in essence, when we are not healed, the unhealing is that we don't like ourselves and we don't like other people. And you're going to feel very open to like everybody just being who they are and what they are, and you being what you are, and you're being fine with you and you're being fine with them. And that's how it's going to be. And then we've got love coming from that, right? So your state of love inside yourself, which is acceptance of everything and everyone around you, and this understanding that everything is exactly the way it's meant to be, because if it has to be this way, so because everything comes from what everything is. So you have to accept everything as it is if you're going to get what you want in the next moment. If you're up in arms against what's in the current moment, you're in a state of angst and anxiety and stress, which means you only bring to yourself things that are representative of anxiety and angst and stress. If you're in acceptance and you're in a state of love, you bring yourself what matches up to the state of love. So you bring yourself love. And we've got love coming along for you, and this is like a romantic kind of love in the Knight of Cups, coming from this state of love and openness. It's almost like you could say, because we've got this strength card here, right? In terms of your twin flame connection, the feeling, right, the heart feeling, people talk about the heart opening, and what you've got here is it's like the heart softening. And when that heart softens and that emotional engagement, that you may not even have a representation of that in your twin in the physical, you might be in separation from them, but when the heart opens inside of you and it softens and it comes into acceptance, it's also softening and accepting in the masculine that you're connected to. So both of your hearts are softening and opening to love, which is almost a dreamlike feeling, and a feeling of let go of the physical, because nothing bothers you anymore in the physical. You don't get like, like the nosy neighbour that looks out through the net curtains at everybody and everything that's going on, and like moans and complains. They're giving me a really good description. So if you watch the movie Brooklyn, And there's a woman in the village in Ireland, and she's into everybody else's business, and all she likes to do is go around pointing out people's faults, right? So it's like that kind of caricature is, the opposite of love, because they're so like they want to like pull everyone up on what they're doing wrong, really judgmental. So I don't know where I was now, but they're saying you're not that. Basically, you're not going to be that this month. So you're going to be you are coming into being exactly the opposite of that. You're being someone that just lets like everything and everyone pass by them without you kind of shedding a nerve on, what they're doing in the world or anything like that. Even down to like mainstream events, the news, everything that everybody says that we should be worried about and scared about and all that kind of stuff. You're just letting it all go. And that's the strength, right, in your connection, because emotionally it just means that everything is opening up. And when it opens up in you and you relinquish and you let go, it opens up in the masculine. They relinquish, they let go. You're more ready to love, and love can come along in that respect. Okay, Ace of Pentacles, which is a brand new beginning in the physical world. So something coming along of a momentous nature that's about to start for you in the physical world. Something completely unrelated to anything you're doing now or going through now in the physical world. Right, so it's like nothing to do with your job. It's nothing to do with anybody you know who's in your environment already. It's nothing to do with you and your environment already. It's something brand new that is unexpected coming along. And we've got Four of Cups, which is love that's out of your realm of experience at the moment. So this is a love that you are denied at the moment. Right, so just remembering that love comes from love. So what happens a lot in twin flame processes, because the love is denied from the feminine goes into resistance in regard to love. They want love, but they are so in opposition to what they've experienced about love that it's almost like they're not trusting of love, that they go into like it's an inability to love because of what they've experienced in relation to love. So this is a whole softening of all of that, of what you haven't been able to have, that you're coming to terms with, and you're relaxing into this feeling of it's okay. It's okay to be who I am. It's okay to have had the life that I've had. It's okay that, it's not going to feel anymore that anything's been denied from you. It's going to feel all right. Everything's going to feel like it's all right, because everything is exactly the way it's meant to be, because you've gone through something where you had to learn something. And what you had to learn to do was to love from purely unconditional love. Love that is completely open and non-judgmental. And it could only be achieved by what you've gone through. Right, so there's a lot of wisdom coming this month in terms of love. King of Wands, so this is a masculine, moving into action. It's energy, but it's also fiery, and it's determination, and it's somewhat ego as well in the King of Wands. So it's a new beginning, coming around what you haven't had in regard to love, and it's the masculine that's going to bring it to you. And they just keep saying marching forward, marching forward, marching forward. So it might not be that they come back into your life this month, but every month is always part of your process, and this month is profoundly about the feeling of love and openness and softness and gentleness and acceptance. That is what we call unconditional love. Right. World, completion of a journey. So we've got romance, and in respect of what you've not had in regard to love, and a completion of that. But we've also got a brand new journey, you physically, and that love coming along. A brand new start, what you haven't had, and a masculine coming along. So it's all working towards the same conclusion. Everything here is saying the same thing, just in a different way. We've got the Lovers. Right, and this is really representing you this month. We've got the fish. Well, they're not, are they? They're mammals, but they're in the sea. They're in the card, and the water, so it's representing Pisces, the divine lovers, the two, again, Pisces, the duality, and we have got you in relation to that. So this is a month of divine love, which again is just a month of feeling unconditional love and opening up to what is unconditional love, which is a feeling. We can all describe it from the brain and say what it is, but that doesn't mean we feel it, right? We can be describing it from the brain, and the next minute we're looking across the road at something we're judging. And when we judge, we're not in unconditional love. So this is a moment of not just knowing what it is, but feeling what it is. And you are going to open to it, and you are going to suddenly let go of anything that would have you judge anything. So it's not going to come up in you. You won't even be able to access that activity of judging. It's just going. I don't know if it's going for good. Maybe it's just going for this month. Things do come around again, you know. But it has to be this position for you to reach a point of attraction, the let go, the acceptance, and it's like the transmitting of the energy of love, right? And the sun. So it's all coming out. It's all coming out good for you this month in regard to everything, because of the way that you're going to operate in terms of your feelings. And you are a feeling sign, right? But Pisces, you're in the depths, you know, and you are swimming around in emotions. And in emotion, there is all sorts of emotions. And in emotions, in the depths of emotions, there's also sometimes a lot of sadness and a lot of grief and a lot of loss. But this is not a month where you're going to be in that kind of energy. It's almost like you are leaping out of the water like the dolphins, and you are breathing the fresh air, and you are, like they say, that thing at the fairground, bang, and it goes up and it hits the jackpot, which is the sun. Brand new journey, feelings of what you have lost, leaving and hitting the jackpot in the sun, flying high towards the sun. And underneath you've got the Two of Cups, which is a twin flame card. So it's all in respect of whoever is your twin flame. And you come into reconciliation around that, right? And you come into terms with that from a feeling place, which is, you know, the best way to describe it is when you've lost something that you love, or someone, generally someone, actually always someone, and you start to talk, you feel like you've come to terms with it because you've talked yourself through it so many times, and then you start to talk to someone about it, and before you know it, it's just coming up inside the feelings are coming up through your heart and into your throat, and you're starting to cry again, and you realise it hasn't gone away and it's still in there, and that sense of loss and, you know, lack and sadness and grief is all still there, and you hadn't, even though you hadn't maybe thought about it for a while, as soon as you start speaking about it, it comes up again. But what they're saying is, it's like that is going, there's like a mellowing in you, and you are not, you have come to terms, and it's in that feeling way. So it's like you could maybe stop in the street. I mean, I don't think you're going to. Or maybe you talk to yourself in your head about the person that you've lost, that you loved. And for a change, like it's like a shoot of green poking out of the earth. It's like, for a change, you don't, first of all, the first thing isn't that you start to feel it and it comes up and it wants to come out in tears. It's like oh, it's like it feels all right. It's just that kind of, you know, coming to terms with something, but in a feeling way that opens you up rather than in a mental way, which doesn't, right? So we're going to leave it at that. I hope that's helped. Lots of love, and I'll see you in the next one.